Howdy ho, everybody. I am Donut, and I'm here with...
Thermites.
Yeah, my fiancé Thermite. Which, boy, we are going to be saying fiancé for years at this rate with fucking COVID going on.
Oh, yeah.
It's gonna be never-ending, so get used to it. I've seen South Park up season 20-something.
I'm watching it blinds.
This is, of course, a Black Lives Matter, all cops are bastards, and trans rights supporting channel. You better be supporting that shit, too, or you can get the fuck out of here. This is Season 6, Episode 3, Freak Strike.
Right. Huh.
Any predictions?
I mean, it's gotta be a freak strike. It's gotta
A
be...
little bit more than that.
See, the problem is I don't know what South Park would consider to be freaks.
Yeah, that's a hard one.
So it's definitely going to be all the freaks of South Park go on strike, and all the normies are like, "Oh, we can't give in to them. They're they're 1% of South Park. It doesn't matter." But then the community starts falling apart because it turns out the freaks run everything.
All right, let's get into it. If you want to get the full length, check it out below for $4 a month. Oh man, I love the rapid fire jokes at the end there.
Yeah.
What was your rate the episode?
7 out of 10.
All right. I'm gonna give it a 5 out of 10. I think this was perfect average South Park episode for me. I feel like, it sucks because I feel like sometimes I also rate a 7 when I mean it to mean like average.
Okay.
So, and now I feel like 5 is too low.
No, you gotta do what feels right.
But like 5 should be the perfect average, the exact average. But I feel like everyone on Earth tends to make 7 the average.
Yeah, I mean, that's what the school system does.
Yeah, that is what the school system does.
Also, from my point of view, like, this is above average compared to all of South Park I've seen. So I do imagine, like, as I watch more, like, assuming that the average is this level of quality, I think, like, later episodes are going to go down to a 5 for me, even if they stay the same amount of entertaining.
Yeah, that is a good point. As I always say, I am rating mine as a rewatch.
Yeah,
so.
Whereas I'm totally blinds.
Yeah. General overall thoughts on the episode?
I mean, it's a good, like, Maury takedown.
Yeah.
I never watched it on my own, but when I was being babysat as a kid, like, my cousins would definitely watch Maury and other, like, trash TV a lot.
Yeah, I'm actually unfamiliar with, like, Maury. I've never actually seen Maury. Like, I'm familiar with it, but I've never actually seen it myself. I am of the Jerry Springer generation.
Alright.
Yeah. But like, are you more familiar with Maury Povich than you are Jerry Springer? Like, of that sort of reality TV show, what is the one you are most familiar with?
I think Maury is the one that comes to mind the most.
Okay. Yeah, I think that was just a little bit before my time. Like, my parents wouldn't watch stuff like that, so
yeah,
that was stuff like I could be watching on my own. But I would. I mean, and even now, there is, like, I'll watch some clips on YouTube of, like, Dr. Phil sometimes, because it is that, like, it's like real life It's Always Sunny in Philadelphia.
Sure.
Like, where it's not like, just, like, there's plenty of shows where it's like, oh, the main cast is terrible, but It's Always Sunny, it's very unique in, like, every single person is terrible. Like, just universally, the whole everybody is terrible. And, like, that's the same vibe I get from reality shows like this. Is like, there's no hero, there's no person you're rooting for. Like, they try to, but in reality, it's just, like, it's fun watching, the host, the parent, the child, everybody in the studio audience, the cameraman, me watching it. We're all terrible people.
Yeah.
So, yeah, I can get the entertainment value out of it a little bit. But.
I'd say nowadays, like, I just don't really watch TV anymore. But I definitely still enjoy a lot of trash TV secondhand from, like, podcasts where they'll talk about it and bring up clips and stuff.
Yeah. Same.
So, which also makes me think of it as, like, it's one level far removed, so I keep on not thinking of it as I'm enjoying that kind of content, but I 100% am.
Yeah. Like, you have to acknowledge, like, it's a little bit hypocritical to make fun of, them when we're also watching it and just that, but it is, like, I mean, there is, like, difference as well. Like, there's some which is just like, alright, well, this is just not funny because this is more real than, like, the vast majority of it also is, not the vast majority of it maybe, but plenty of it is definitely staged and fake regardless, so you don't have to feel that bad knowing that, like, this is probably all set up ahead of time. Like,
right, it's...
I mean, not that it's all, you know what I mean, that they're actors. But yeah, I like this episode as the like just the freaks unionizing together and everything. It is a this was a missed opportunity to have Haffy there, by the way. I brought it up twice, but one of like the news reporters we had from like way back in the early seasons, Haffy.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, they could have had him here and they didn't. And I don't know. I guess they just forgot about him.
Yeah.
But
I guess we finally hit the point where they have so many assets they don't it's not the default of we have to use these assets because that's all we have.
Yeah.
Now it is we have so many sometimes we don't use them.
And they're just way more willing to make up new assets.
Yeah, like there's so many good designs like in the crowd now.
Yeah. I loved at some point it probably wouldn't be worth it to do in the reaction, but afterwards it's so fun. I think in big shots like that of South Park with those kind of designs, like pausing and just really looking on it. Like one person looked like they were just like the thing. Like they just looked like they were just made up of like rocky ice.
My favorite is probably the literal hammerhead guy.
Yeah, that was good. There's a ton of like sci-fi ones too.
Yeah.
But yeah, so like what do you think about the whole Butters plotline this episode?
It was a little weak for me.
Yeah, I feel like
like it feels like we're already starting to settle into a pattern of this is what Butters episodes are going to be like.
Yeah. I feel like it was kind of like hammering home that like it was very reminiscent of the not Jared Has AIDS. What am I thinking of? Where they also had Butters do the oh no, that was Jared Has AIDS.
Yeah.
I don't know why I was thinking it wasn't that episode. But yeah, it was very like if this was a little bit spaced out more maybe, but the fact that it's like Jared Has AIDS, Aspen, then this feels too similar.
Yeah.
It's the fact that they came so close together.
Yeah.
But yeah, I do like the image of just Butters with the balls on his chin and the animation of it like constantly like swaying and being so like it had a completely different animation to the entire rest of his body.
Yeah. I also don't understand what the blue on the balls is because I thought it was that it's not fully attached and so you can see his shirts, but then when Cartman has the balls on his chin, it's the same color.
Yeah, I thought it was like supposed to be like slightly transparent or something.
Yeah,
but no, I don't know what the hell the blue is. You should get that checked. Is that supposed to be veins? Maybe. I sure didn't look like it, but maybe that's what it's supposed to be. How do you feel about the like freaks versus the non-freaks? Like the idea of like the people who are disfigured or have gone through some like extremely traumatic thing and like they are using this as a means to get money out of it and everything like that, which is totally fine and everything.
Sure.
But then you have the people who are like oh, my child's out of control and I'm gonna bring them on here just as a way to really make things worse. It never makes things better. It is like you're not trying to help your child. You're not like the person who's disfigured are trying to get money for themselves to live.
Yeah.
Whereas the other people are trying to exploit someone else, whether it be the parent or the child, either one. Whoever contacted first. Usually the parent.
Yeah.
And they are just like that's much more messed up.
Yeah, I think there is a clear difference between like exploiting yourself or like a form of exploitation that is completely consensual versus one where there's like a parent-child dynamic or like you're in a relationship with someone and they're like there's something actually wrong with them and then you bring them onto the show in order to like make yourself feel better.
And it doesn't have to be like a disfigurement thing like that either. Like just being like if you just want to come on and be like I'm the guy who does this thing. Yeah. Like whatever. Like as a mental thing. Like I can't think of something, but I'm sure there's plenty of like I eat whatever weird thing. Yeah. And you could probably lie about that. And it's like that is the thing we also got like is it acceptable to lie as a freak? Because then you're taking away stuff from the other freaks. I'm using freak as a shorthand.
Of course.
It's interesting because like they are just making fun of themselves, but like are they taking away jobs from from disfigured people?
I mean, it brings up the question of like what is okay in arts. Like I would argue that lying about having something extremely wrong with you is a form of performance arts.
Yeah.
Or like going on Maury and having them actually stage this thing and you're just an actor. Like that is performance arts. That is valid in a sense.
It is.
But I think it should be like a distinct genre from like this is actually who I am. There's something unique about me that I want to like draw attention to, or like I think people would be interested in it.
Yeah, I think also you got to use. I think if you're gonna do something like that, the thing that makes it more acceptable is if you use a fake name.
Sure.
Because also they don't check. People go on talk shows, news all the time with fake names. Yeah. Because Nobody tags. They just say, "What's your name?" and that's it. And that's different because you're not claiming it to be you.
Right.
It is more of a performance art sort of thing.
Yeah. Yeah, I think as long as there's a distinction there, the part I find really weird is when, it is clearly a, like, I want you to think this is real, please feel sorry for me, please donate to my GoFundMe.
Yeah.
Like, that is a 100%, like, bad feeling exploitation to me.
Yeah, that's a good point. Though, to be fair, I feel like a lot of that stuff that I see isn't a, like, put money on my GoFundMe. It's usually a, like, I want them to believe that this is me, but, like, that's as far as it goes.
Right.
But I think that's usually, I'm thinking more of, like, a news show type thing, or a daytime, like, talk show sort of thing, as opposed to, like, a Maury Povich, Jerry Springer sort of situation. But, as the the freak said, they go on those kind of shows as well, too.
Yeah.
So it's all, encompassing.
Mm-hmm.
But it's questionable. It's like there's no easy answer. I don't think.
Yeah. Like, I've been struggling with that a lot with like music that talks about like disfigured people or like atrocities and whatnots, because that's also very exploitative in its own sense.
Sure, yeah.
And there's a weird line of, like, some things I look at and I'm like, wow, this feels really uncomfortable, this feels badly exploitative, but then there are others where it's just like, I like it, and for some reason that makes it better.
I think it also depends on the person who it's coming from.
Yeah.
That matters a lot. Like, people say context matters a lot, but when you say context matters a lot, usually what you mean is the person saying it.
Yeah.
Like, the context is who is saying it, rather than, like, the context around which it's saying it. Because the context around which you're saying it can be exactly the same, but two different people, it can clearly be okay and not okay.
Yeah.
Because, if Eric says it, if Eric says something, like, what it means versus Kyle saying something, even if it's the same context, because you know both those characters, you know what it means coming from each of them.
Yeah. In the early 2000s, I feel like this is a weird exemplar of this. In the early 2000s, most of the people I knew were white kids who are like, there is no reason why I should not be able to say the N-word.
Yeah.
I do not understand why I cannot say the N-word.
It is early 2000s? Not now.
Also now, but I felt it a lot more in the early 2000s, like specifically the note of, it is racist if I cannot say the N-word to a black person.
Yeah.
Like, that is as equal as, that's as equal as shooting a black man.
Yeah.
Whereas I feel like that vibe has gotten a lot softer, at least in the circles I run in.
Definitely in the circles we run in. I think that's the difference, is that
True.
You are not subject to the public school system anymore.
Yeah.
You're not around all these people. You barely left the house besides going shopping because it's COVID.
Fair enough, yeah.
But, I definitely, 100% agree. Feels very similar to that.
I'm glad the people I associate with now understand that who a person is does matter in terms of the message being sent.
Yeah, 100%. I mean, it is the most important thing.
I'm very disappointed that the Cartman and his mom thing didn't go into a, his mom realizing that this is in fact, like, an actual situation in which her son is bad. Like, I wouldn't want it to be a permanent thing.
Yeah.
But I was really hoping we were building up to that reveal of, just for a moment, she's like, oh, he is out of control.
Because she has scolded him before.
Yeah, like, she does understand right and wrong.
Yeah. Yeah, I feel like, the Cartman thing, like, they ended it very nicely with the Butters thing.
Yeah.
But this is one of those episodes where, like, everything is kind of just going normally paced up until, like, 2 minutes before the end of the episode.
Yeah.
Like, nothing, like, there's no, like, act structure really much. There's kind of like an act 1, act 2, then act 3 is, like, squeezed into, like, 1 minute.
Yeah.
At the very end. Which is okay, because it's a really, really good, bam, 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 3 jokes at the end there. But it is, like, it's just one of those episodes that is squeezed right up to the end.
Yeah.
Where, like, they had so many ideas that they were like, oh shit, we're at the end of the episode. We are also seeing more of, like, the South Park police, by the way. Like, more than Bar Brady. Like, we've had, like, Bar Brady is the South Park town cop. But then we also have the...
Well, is this taking place in South Park?
I mean, it's not taking place in South Park, but it's taking place in the greater area. Like, whatever is the South Park... What is it?
Wait.
Park County?
I guess it feels weird because they flew out Butters.
Oh, you are right. I was thinking because it was like, snowy, right? Maybe not. So maybe... never mind.
Yeah, it's odd.
It's not. It's just the streets look white, or I mean the sidewalk is white. But never mind. You're right. I don't know why I was thinking that it was in Park County, but
I think the fact that Butter's parents drive up to get him is
that is also to be
that
fair.
makes it feel like it's a lot closer.
Yeah.
But no, this is supposed to be as far. I mean, it's presumably like L.A. or something.
Yeah, you would
actually.
assume. Yeah. They do have like even like the palm fronds down there and everything.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah. But we did see a couple episodes ago with last season Butter's very own episode.
Mm-hmm.
They were definitely in South Park, and they had like the
Yeah.
Park County police in. Which I like the consistency of that.
Mm-hmm.
We have Bar Brady, which is the one cop in South Park, and then there's Park County, which has like the expanded police and and stuff.
I also do want to say, I don't think we talked about our favorite jokes of the episode.
Oh yeah, we kind of stopped doing that.
Yeah.
It's hard to like remember exactly.
I feel like it's not very satisfying segments.
Yeah, because every time we end and I go, oh, that joke was better. Oh, that joke was good too.
Yeah.
So yeah, we kind of stopped doing it. But if you have we should do like more just honorable mentions of really good jokes.
Sure. So my honorable mention, like the one joke that really stood out for me was Lobster Boy.
Lobster Boy was fantastic.
I love the absurdism of he was just a real lobster, and then that adds so much flavor to they boiled him alive, which is equal parts terrifying, but also like he was just a lobster though.
We do it to other lobsters, so that's fine. I want to give my honorable mention to just the like Cartman being on the phone with Maury and doing this, like scratching his chin, and then having the reveal that he had the balls.
Oh,
that was really good.
yeah.
Oh, I didn't actually see them, but Kevin was actually in the crowd of the like
really?
the freak striking. Do you remember who Kevin is at all?
No.
Kevin is Mephisto's like little mini me.
Oh, right.
So, do you know what Lobster Boy is a reference to, actually?
No.
Okay, there is a person in real life who went by the stage name Lobster Boy.
Okay.
Are you familiar with the name Grady Stiles?
No.
Okay, I actually was like, I didn't know the name Lobster Boy, actually, but as soon as I saw the name Gary Stiles, I was like, or Grady Stiles, I was like, oh yeah, that's fucking right!
Okay.
So, Grady Stiles was a freak show performer.
Okay.
He had a disease that like fused his fingers and feet together, like claws, basically.
Okay.
And so he had like trouble walking and stuff like that. But he was an extremely big asshole to his family, big alcoholic, and just extremely abusive, like very like physically abusive and all that. His family then hired a hitman for $1,500 and murdered him.
Jesus Christ.
Yeah.
Wow.
Now, he is also listed on Wikipedia as Grady Franklin Stiles Jr. was an American freak show performer and murderer. So apparently, he also murdered? Now I gotta look into this.
Okay.
So, in 1978, in Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania, Stiles shot and killed his oldest daughter's fiance on the eve of their wedding.
Holy crap.
Oh man, he openly confessed to it. He was sent to prison and then got out, was sentenced to house arrest. Or no, he was not sent to prison and was instead sentenced to house arrest. Oh, okay.
Okay. Yeah, that makes the Hitman thing make even more sense.
Yeah. God damn. And of course, the person who sent the hitman out on him got way worse of a sentence.
Jeez.
They got 27 years in prison. And the other person got 43 years in prison.
God damn. That is insane.
Yep. Whereas he got fucking house arrest.
What in the
Welcome
world?
to the American justice system. So actually, they still claim that they did not actually hire a hitman to do it. That is all bullshit.
Okay.
And it was simply that they just said someone needs to do something about this at their neighbor's house, and then their neighbor killed him. But who knows if it's true or not, but that is what they say.
If that is true, that would make their sentencing even more insane.
Yeah. That's just how it be, yo.
Jeez.
Also, we could have done... Like, we could have done something with the putt-putt thing. We didn't do anything with the putt-putt thing at all. And Butters has golf balls in his, like, ball tin.
Huh.
Like, that would have been...
It's really weird.
They could have done, like, a joke of it tearing and having to, like, grab a golf ball and put it back in there. So, in the crowd of the people picketing, there is a little tiny, mini Incredible Hulk. He's got the
Okay.
purple shorts.
He does.
He's got the green skin. He's
Uh-huh.
got the yellow eyes. It's Incredible Hulk.
Why?
I saw that, and then I saw this note, and I was like, that wasn't Incredible Hulk. And I went back, I'm like, that was Incredible Hulk? Why? Why did they make a tiny Incredible Hulk?
Even with the pants, I thought you were pausing on like a gremlin or something.
Yeah, I
Like, it
did not think that
was.
was Sissy Hulk, but okay.
He's such an obese Hulk too. Well, you know, mildly obese.
He's got a real beer belly.
Yeah.
Oh my god, what insane continuity. It was also something I wanted to talk about. I love, like, one of the aspects I really love about Eric's personality is, like, how we talked about he's, like, the most kid out of them.
Yeah.
And, like, he's very influential, or he's very easily
Influence.
influenced.
Yeah.
Like, he will look at something and just feel like, I'm going to emulate that 100%.
Okay.
Like, to get his way with something. Or just, you know, because he thinks it's cool, or, you know, something for, like, season 1. But, anyway, his lines from this episode, or some of his lines from this episode, were taken from the episode Clubhouses, where they were hanging out with a bunch of, you know, women who were acting like this, like a bunch of
Oh.
like teenagers who were like, specifically the line, "Yeah, it's my body. My mom always gives me shit for smoking, but it's my body. I should be able to do whatever I want with it."
That is so specific. Holy crap.
Yeah. But I love it because it's like, yeah, that is what he knows. That is like he's just emulating what he has seen.
Whoa.
So good.
Yeah.
Such crazy continuity. Okay, that is it for this episode. We will see you guys for the next episode. Fun with veal.
With veal.
With veal. See you guys then. Get the fuck out of here.